Hi everyone, it's Velo here. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. And today we are taking part in a collab orchestrated by ArtisticGamer7. She does these monthly collabs and I've taken part once before last year and I decided to take part again. It was a very nice theme again, and we are rebuilding Sulani this time. And with myself and Dani the Artistic Gamer, the other people in this collab are that lovely orc, the Lotus Simmer, Simcraft81, Pink Wave Gamer, Das Huts Gaming, Simmer Erin, Brizzle, and Bluebonnet Sims, as well as Nicole and Kaylin. So we are rebuilding Sulani entirely. Each of us has one lot, and the theme or the kind of guideline we're going with is a family that Dani created for this collab. So I'm building a home for this family, my version of it, and I will link Dani's video down below where she creates them and explains her version of the story, or a little bit about their personalities and stuff like that, but she doesn't really go deep into the story, and I didn't either. I'm not that great at storytelling, so I just kind of looked at the Sims and their style, and then I built them this house. And the family consists of 5 members, and basically the main family is Marisa, Nanu, and Keanu. Nanu, the dad, being from Sulani, and then Marisa, the mom, has married into this family and moved to Sulani, and they have a teenage son. So this main house is like their house and where their rooms are, and then with them they also have living Ari, a teenager mermaid, and her little toddler girl Nani. So I built this little guest house for those two. I just felt like it made more sense than to include multiple extra rooms in the house, and this lot isn't that big, and this house doesn't end up very big at all. It's, I think, the minimum size for this size of a family. It couldn't be much smaller. There would not be much to do, but I think I make it work okay. And yeah, the guest house is just bedroom and toilet for Ari and Nani, and then if they have to eat and stuff like that, they come to spend time at the main house. So I don't know exactly how these two families have kind of merged, but they have, and I imagine they do love each other very much, and in a very family-like manner, and they live together very peacefully and stuff. So yeah, that's what I'm kind of going for, and also kind of the wealthier side of things. So even though the house is not that big, I think it's a little bit more expensive. It is modern, but still has that island vibe. It has some of these plants on the roof and stuff like that. So it's a quite nice house, I think, mixing modern and traditional. It's mostly wooden, but it has these big glass windows and stuff like that that give in a ton of natural light, and I think it's really nice. I was struggling a little bit with the space, so I have to extend some things a little bit later, because this was only a 20 by 30 lot and I started building 2 houses on it, so there's not that much space, but I was able to extend towards the ocean. Of course, there's a lot more space there, so I think it works out, and I do really like this result. And I was also pretty surprised how quickly I got this done. I didn't really have any kind of vision for this. I only had a vision of the guest house. That's a very small part of the build. So this little blue box here is the guest house, or Ari and Nani's house or room, and it's definitely the more traditional part of the lot. Maybe this is all there was before this house was built, or it was some kind of a shack or something like that they've renovated and made nice. I really wanted to use these jungle adventure windows, and I love how they match perfectly with the new sidings that we got from Island Living. And yeah, Island Living is very strong in this build, as you could expect. And yeah, that's pretty much it about the like general architecture. It's not very specific to any kind of a style. I just started building whatever. I had this vision of this quite a typical beach house. Like this is very much what the pre-built lots were like too, and what I've built before in Sulani, but a little bit more modern, I think, or at least like the borderline kind of a thing, mixing the two. And I wanted to include these green bits in the build itself, so there's this green wall and these plants like kind of embedded in the architecture. I thought that was really nice, especially because I didn't have much, if any, space to landscape, so I decided to just leave that out completely and just kind of integrate that in the build itself. And so that way I kind of also imagine maybe they are at least somewhat self-sustainable, so they have the money to do that and the comfort to do that. And even though this is an island build, I imagine the tech inside, like the insulation, the air conditioning, is really good and like really modern and expensive. The mom of this family is like a businesswoman. I didn't make her an office, I couldn't fit it in, but she works somewhere else in this case, but I believe she makes quite a bit of money. That's what I was kind of thinking about. But she also just loves her family, and she's not snobby or braggy, but she likes a bit of luxury, but you know, still in a very moderate kind of sense. I think I called this the moderate family home in the gallery because I never have good ideas for the gallery. I actually don't know what I'm gonna name this video. Maybe I will name it more to fit with the collab, like I will name it after the collab. But yeah, now we are on to decorating, and there's some little visual bugs here with the curtains. I couldn't get that to work, but I really wanted there to be curtains because the parents' bedroom is there on the ground floor, and there's like it's pretty open, like it has a lot of big windows, and it has this glass or this kind of see-through door, so I put those curtains in. And here's the kitchen, so it's right where you enter. Some people find it weird, I know, but I like doing it, especially in The Sims, because I do not know how to do like hallway spaces, and if I do a separate hallway or an entrance, I just struggle with those most of the time. So I very often just put the kitchen right here, and especially in this case there wasn't really any other option. This was the only place I could really fit it. And I'm using all of these island living things, as well as these very modern fridges, double fridge, and some stuff like that. The dining space is only outside. I put some bar stools to that counter there, but because we don't have the island counters, those don't actually work. So I don't think your Sims can sit on those bar stools at all, but they will be able to sit on the sofa, of course, and then there is a bigger dining table outside. So when we're in Sulani, I felt like that was pretty cool and kind of appropriate as well, and it's like covered in shade, so it's kind of like being inside, but just, you know, tropical environment. I thought it fitted this quite nicely. If I lived in a place like this, I would definitely want to eat outside more. And here is the bathroom. It's the only like bigger bathroom in the house. There is like a half bath in the guest house, and they only have a bathtub. I don't know, I just really like the look of this tub, and I don't think I've used it before, and I was just really wanting to use it. And I didn't feel like it would make sense to have a shower as well. Ideally this would also have this like little shower head thingy, but you know, I think in The Sims it's fine, and they need a bath for the toddler, so I needed to include some kind of a bathtub. But I think I do really like that bathroom. I think it's very nice, and you can also see the sea from there, the ocean, while you're taking a bath and just bathing there in all that good stuff. And here in the living room, it's pretty simple, but I really like the color scheme and kind of the vibe. I went for this like very soft colors, like this pastel pink and some yellows, mostly from Jungle Adventure and Movie Hangout stuff, and I really like the vibe in the end, but there's nothing like too crazy going on, just a sofa set, a TV, and I put in a computer later because I realized I didn't have any other space to put a computer in. I figured they would still need it and they would have it. Here I'm trying to do some landscaping, but like I said, I don't do much. It's very minimal, and then I just decorate kind of the house more. So I add these little lights and I do some more like flowers and stuff on the exterior. But yeah, now we are on to the guest house. So this is where the mermaid Ari and her child Nani live. Like I said, there's no like definite story for them, but I believe maybe they were kinda strays, they were homeless, or they were struggling a bit, and this family is really nice and wealthier than most families in Sulani, I imagine, so they took them in, and I think that's really nice. I think they had this guest house already built, like in case visitors came in, so they just bought a toddler bed and did this little thing for them. So only the beds here, and then like this just a dining table with 2 chairs and a half bath. I did want to give them a toilet just so that there would be more than one of those, but I couldn't fit in a shower or anything, and I kind of thought it wouldn't make sense because this is where the toddler lives, so ideally you would have a bathtub here, but I couldn't fit it in. Even like this, I had to extend the room a little bit to fit in everything I wanted. But I think this is a really nice room. It's very simple, but again, I like the color scheme. This time it's like blues and turquoises and oranges, very islandly, and I think very suitable for 2 mermaids. I think the toddler is a mermaid too. Of course, she doesn't have the tail or the abilities, but I think she's technically a mermaid, so that's very nice. And I thought like they don't need that much space because of that either. Like, if they were on the street and someone took them in, I think they're very grateful and they are very like glad to have very little, and maybe they like spending a lot of time outside because they're mermaids, I would imagine so. But yeah, then I'm just adding the necessities like the mailbox and the what's that, trash bin. And then upstairs here, this room is completely like open to the staircase and the downstairs, so I just did this little like curtain thing here. I don't know why, but I've noticed that I've done this in almost all of the builds I've done in Sulani. For some reason it just makes sense to me that in a house like this the upstairs is open. I don't know why. But this is the teenager boy's room. His name is Keanu or something like that. I'm not sure how to spell it or say it. I'm sorry. But anyway, this is his room, and he is, like I said, a teenager, and he loves the outdoors, I think, or is the child of the ocean. Anyway, likes being outside, likes swimming and the ocean, so this room is quite blue in tone as well, a little bit more messy than the other rooms, and you know, quite a regular and a typical teen boys room. I was consciously making it quite stereotypical to a young athletic kid as well, but yeah, here I'm then going in with this desk because I realized I didn't have any room for any computer. I did put a laptop in Ari's room, so she has her own. I don't know how she got it, but maybe she does part-time jobs and stuff like that, because I don't feel like she would accept gifts from the family, even though they would be willing to give her stuff. Like, I don't know if that makes sense, but I think she would want to work herself as well, so that she doesn't feel like she's using this family, even though the family is like really nice and really wanted them to have this home and wanted them to live with them, if that makes sense. But yeah, it's a very cute family, and I will link Dani's video down below, like I said, so that you can go take a look at them, as well as all of the other participants to this collab. And I believe Dani is also doing like a final video where she goes through all of the builds that we did. I'm really looking forward to that. I think I'm one of the last ones to upload, so it might be up already when I post this. But yeah, now I'm just doing the final touches. I added this jet ski thing, as well as a chair for the toddler. I don't use those in my gameplay, but I decided to add one in case somebody wants to. It's easier to remove, and here are the screenshots. So yeah, it's a very beautiful beachy lot in Sulani, and this is the guest house first where Ari and Nani live, and then later we go into the house. But yeah, this house is up on the gallery as Moderate Family Home, or under my username veloniada, or under the hashtag velosims. No CC. You should be able to get it if you have Island Living. I recommend that because it has a lot of build items from there. As well as some from Jungle Adventure and, like I said, movie hangout stuff, but mostly those packs. I also added in laundry, but you can also delete that if you would like to. But yeah, thank you so much to Dani for orchestrating this collab. Again, I had so much fun participating, and I really want to see everyone's creations. And thank you for watching. If you did like this video, please give it a big thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already. And I will see you all very soon again. Bye bye, everybody!